Hi, it's Adam from realitymanifestation.com. In this video, I'm going to be answering the question, should you stop using affirmations? And when it comes to reprogramming the subconscious mind, are affirmations effective? So now getting straight into it, before answering these questions, it's worth getting clear on what an affirmation is and what affirmations are used for. So an affirmation is basically a statement stating and affirming something to be true. And the purpose people use affirmations for is to affirm something they either want to believe to be true or experience. So I'm going to go through in a moment a lot of common pitfalls with affirmations, but this could be used, for example, if someone wants to feel happy, someone wants to believe that they're successful, or that they're capable of achieving success in the chosen area of their life. So now I'm going to give you a short answer and then a long answer. The short answer is, if you use affirmations in the right context and you do them effectively, affirmations can be a very powerful tool for reprogramming your subconscious mind, but they have many limitations and there can be more powerful alternatives. So now I'm going to give you the long answer, which is basically going to go through when you should use affirmations, what you shouldn't use affirmations for, and when you do use affirmations, how to actually get good results from them, as there's many common pitfalls. And to actually get good results with affirmations, it takes more than just saying a statement out loud. So I'm going to start off with going through the limitations of affirmations and what you shouldn't use them for. So an important limitation of affirmations is worth becoming aware of. Any real changes comes from a change on a subconscious, emotional, deep level. And when you're using your conscious mind to state something out loud, your conscious mind can act as a barrier in determining what gets filtered and gets through to the subconscious mind. So the very act of you consciously trying to state something out loud can actually act as a barrier within itself. This is why it can take many weeks, even months, for an affirmation to start getting through and actually creating a difference on a subconscious level. This is why techniques such as hypnosis can create instant changes, because it communicates directly on an unconscious level and bypasses the filter of the conscious mind. If you're getting confused from the subconscious and unconscious mind, I don't want to go through that within this video. Just to keep it simple for now, just think it bypasses to the subconscious mind. It's just hypnotherapists believe and focus on the unconscious mind, which is something I actually personally believe in myself. But now coming back to it, this is why in a moment, when I'm going to go through how to use affirmations effectively, you want to combine it with ways that communicates to yourself on a subconscious level, rather than just relying on your conscious mind. So now another limitation of affirmations, and something that best avoid being used for, is trying to attract and manifest something for a specific date and time. So for example, someone may say, I am now so grateful I'm making over 10 grand a month by next month, or by Tuesday the 22nd of March, or whenever. Because one, within itself, this isn't a very effective way of trying to attract or manifest anything, as it's extremely specific, and it makes it harder for the universe, or whatever you believe in, to bring what you're wanting into your life. And also with affirmations, you want to use them extremely repetitively. It might be something you use for several weeks or months. So you want it to be something that's ongoing, that's a change within you, that could be permanent. Such as if you want to become confident, happier, passionate, believe about yourself in a certain area, that continues through and benefits you for the rest of your life, rather than something that's just a temporary gain or a temporary manifestation, like saying, I can now pay X bill by such a point. You're better off using a different manifestation technique. So to clarify, avoid using affirmations for a short-term, one-off goal or manifestation, but rather use affirmations that will give you continuous benefits, such as, I'm a hard worker, I'm confident, I'm passionate, but anything that will continuously benefit you in your life, except for certain circumstances. If you're wanting to do well in a play, for example, if you're an actor, or you want to do well in an audition, rather than just saying, I do extremely well in X audition, you could say something like, I do well in all of my auditions because I'm an amazing, confident actor. Because that very affirmation itself will continue to bring you benefits related to being an actor past just this one particular audition. As you'll keep saying it, it'll benefit you for all of your future auditions. I hope that makes sense. Comment down below if it doesn't. So hopefully now it's clearer not to use affirmations for like a one-off manifestation or just a short-term goal, but rather something that's going to reprogram and affect your psyche in a beneficial way for the rest of your life. So now continuing on with how to do affirmations effectively, you want to state your affirmations in the present tense with one of my favourites from Tony Robbins, which is, all I need is within me now. You also want to state your affirmations in the positive, so rather than saying, I don't get sick or feel ill anymore, you'd replace it and say, I'm full of peak health and my body heals itself, or I'm fit and healthy, along those lines. Now the next tips I'm going to go through will take your affirmations to a whole new level. The following could potentially take affirmations that might only have a slight impact on you over several months and make them potentially have a powerful impact on you the very day you start using them. It's not a special statement or affirmation. It's not about what you are saying, but it's more what you're doing as you're saying the affirmation. So the majority of the time when you're doing affirmations, it's because you're wanting to create a new set of beliefs. Even if you're wanting to stop believing something that's having a disempowering impact, you are wanting to replace it with a new, more empowering belief. So it's important to become aware of what a belief actually is. All a belief is a feeling of certainty whether something is true or that it isn't. And I really emphasize the feeling there, because all a belief is just a feeling. Our beliefs aren't necessarily true or false. They are just what we feel certain to be true or not. So in order to create the feeling of certainty, what you're affirming or the affirmation you're saying is actually true within your body, so you actually feel it. And it's not just some empty words coming out of your mouth. You want to embody the state of what you're affirming. And if you don't know what I mean by state, I mean basically the emotional state, the frame of mind that you're in moment to moment. The three main areas that makes up the state that we're in. And this is something I've learned from Tony Robbins. It's made up of three areas. That's called the triad, which is made up of your physiology, basically how you move in your body, your breathing, your facial expressions, etc. And then the second is your pattern of focus and the meaning you're attaching to it. And the third part of the triad is the language that you're using. So this includes the words that you're saying and also your tonality. And if you change a single part within your own triad, so how you're moving your body, what you're focusing on, and the meaning you're attaching to it, also the words you're using and the tonality to describe an experience, or just how you're communicating in general, will change how you feel. If you change all three aspects of the triad, you'll feel completely different. So now coming back to what I mean with embodying the affirmation of what you're stating, you want to basically get your posture, your facial expressions to match what you're saying. So if you're saying I am confident, you'd want to make yourself be upright, with your chest sticking out, with your face expressing how someone confident would look like. You then want to focus on something or a time where you felt confident. You could also visualize someone or something that causes you to feel confident, or that reminds you of why you can be confident. And also using words in your own mind and out loud in the affirmations with an intense tonality that will cause you to feel what you're affirming, that the affirmation you are saying is true. So it's not just a bunch of words going, I am so happy, I am so passionate, I am so grateful for my life. With using the 3 areas of your triad in this way, you're likely going to create the opposite state of what you're trying to affirm. You could actually condition yourself to believe the complete opposite of what you're wanting to achieve through your affirmation. So you want to get involved all 3 areas of the triad alongside what you're saying out loud with the affirmation. And even if you can't say it very loud because you're in a public area, you're concerned of someone hearing you, you could say it in a low volume but of intensity, such as, all I need is within me now. Ideally, you'd be in a private area where you could say the affirmation as loud as you'd like to increase the intensity. However, volume doesn't necessarily mean intensity. You want to get your body involved, visualize and see what you're affirming is already true and happening, and use words in intense tonality to create the feeling that it's true. Tony Robbins, when he talks about affirmations, he doesn't like the word affirmations because most of the time it's what I was saying not to do earlier. Someone's just saying a statement with no intensity behind it. He prefers to use the term incantations. So basically, it's more like a ritual, which I think's a better way of looking at it, because you're really putting a lot of effort and focus into the affirmations, rather than just saying them casually with no intensity. I was just about to finish the video and I just remembered 2 really key important points for when you shouldn't use affirmations, which again is really important to know to get the most out of them. Ideally, you want to use affirmations to reaffirm something you're already slightly believing in or have a slight belief about. If you feel the complete opposite to what you're affirming, you're better off going through a different process first of challenging your beliefs or changing your view on something. And also, the most of the time, until you get more advanced with it, go to affirm things that's just slightly outside of what you currently believe is possible, or just outside of what you currently believe in general. The last 2 points I've just said, however, if you get very good at embodying what you're affirming and creating the feeling, you can do it regardless of what you believe right now, because in a way you'll start to brainwash yourself to believe the opposite. But if you're relatively new to affirmations or haven't had very much success with them in the past, ideally you want to stick with things that you slightly believe and just to strengthen that belief, rather than using them to try and get yourself to believe something you currently don't believe at all. Another useful tip I just remembered to mention is, rather than trying to use several different affirmations in a short period of time, you're better off sticking with 1 or 2 and doing them extremely repetitively until they start to feel true to you. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, if you could like the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Also, share this with anyone who you'd think would benefit from what's been covered within this video, and comment down below on what affirmations you are going to use. I hope you found this video useful, and I shall see you soon.